Oh, hey, ha, hey, ha.
Hey, ho, no.
Hey,
Hey, man, it's 3:13 on the West Coast. What up, though? That's
what
Detroit
up?
time. Savage AF, you know what it is. Forget your feelings. Facts
Facts.
matter. Okay,
Do
guys.
facts matter? Because facts are
Oh,
starting to
well,
really seem
that's what
like,
my
but facts
teachers
matter.
told me.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Listen, we'll be cursing in 4 minutes and 5 seconds, but in the meantime, in between time,
But there'll be no profanity for now. But
for now,
profanity
in these
will be
first five
coming.
minutes, we'll keep it
But it
clean.
will be coming. Yeah.
Listen, Savage AF, we are the show that gives you politics, hot topics, current events, and I don't give a fluff kind of
Plus kind
style.
of style, and we're gonna be talking about these cracker ass
We
crackers.
we are your hosts. I'm Black Pedro. This guy.
And I am, as they call me in the Netherlands, comedian Shang.
Okay.
Hello, hello.
That's what it is. I don't think that's a Netherlands accent. That
I
didn't
know,
sound
but you
very
know what? It doesn't matter. Anything over there, accent
Dutch.
works. Yeah, like
All right, man. He said just don't talk English like an
right,
American.
right.
Savage AF, man. Listen, we are here for you guys typically Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, live on YouTube,
All the
Facebook,
way
and Instagram nowadays. Okay. Keep up if you can. If you ever miss us live, you're on drugs, man.
live. You are a
You're
crackhead.
high.
But
You're
no, but
high.
if
Look
you do
at
miss
you.
us live, what can happen is see how it says subscribe to the YouTube channel, and you see it scrolling down there. And I know you see it scrolling, so don't act
All
like
the shows
you're
are,
brand
yeah.
new, right? So, but when you get to the YouTube channel, you think your work's done, but your work is not done because guess what? Our work is never done. It's never done, man. So
Always.
what you got to do is go there and do this. Click the bell when you click the bell to give you an alert to let you know when I'm on, Pedro's on, and we're on here for Savage AF. For the people that don't know what AF stands for, oh, you'll find out in a
We're
minute.
about to we'll be
Uh,
cursing in 2 minutes and about
but
40 seconds.
40 seconds. But also, I got to let you know something else. Your thumbs have to be in the mix. Your thumbs have to be in the mix. You cannot watch this show unless
That's
you
what
use
they're
your thumbs.
for.
Right. So use your thumbs, and I'm gonna show you what you're doing for.
That's what they're for.
All right, give us a thumbs up. Go back to the page, watch some old shows, but the old shows are always relevant. And I'm just letting you know it's very important that you do that. Now, the thumbs up is not where you stop. There's one more thing because if you don't give us thumbs up,
And people don't realize the ones on the back, them really hurt, dog. Like when you
yeah,
when you get you on the because you think it's over, you done passed it, and then you
yeah, that dude definitely is in the hospital for quite a while.
he's in traction.
He's definitely in the hospital. So yeah, make sure that y'all check us out on that. But you know where else you can check us out? It's very important. It's very, very important. It's more important than love,
Air,
life, children,
baby food,
baby, baby birds.
kittens,
All right,
the
kittens,
earth.
the earth. Yeah, we got to keep going. Our atmosphere,
You know what I'm saying?
breathing, your heart,
Solar rays, nigga,
right? Your heart
photosynthesis.
pumping blood is so
It's
important.
more important.
It's more important. All you people in the feed, check this out. Boom.
Instagram.
Follow Instagram at
It's
Black
life.
Pedro. If you don't know, now you know, nigga. Um,
If you're a fan of Dune, Instagram is like the spice.
he said, Muad'Dib.
His name has become a weapon.
No, all I know is that the new one looks good as hell. And I got to say this before I say this. Make sure I'm gonna do this right now. Make sure you check out and go to Instagram at Black Pedro. Make sure you do that. Make sure you check me out
At
at
Comedian
Comedian Shang and
And
on the threads.
the twin app Threads, it's for X. It's X for people with brains.
Right. Black
At Black
Pedro,
Pedro
yeah,
Comedian
Black
Shanks,
Comedian
man.
Shang.
You
Oh,
know.
shout out to the makers, Ziggy Marley, and I went to see the movie called One Love. I highly, highly recommend it. The lead actor absolutely knocked it out the park. It made me feel it's a drama, but it's good. I'm letting all y'all know right now. I see some people in the feed saying something about it in
Speaking of
my
drama and people in the feed, Lady Hazel May says, and this is over on YouTube, she says, they need to bring back 2.5 Men starring Shang and Black Pedro. BP gets Charlie Sheen's role. I, I'm not the wild one, guys.
no
It's
no
Shang.
no. You know
I'm
what?
definitely, what's his name?
Hey,
John
no
Hoyer or
no
whatever.
no no.
Oh,
You would be him for sure.
I'm the nerdy guy with the
But
kid.
yeah, yeah. All right. While you're
Shang actually has kids, but whatever.
yeah, you're the one that fucks hobo hoes, and that wouldn't be me. So
Listen, we made love.
not so you and the hobo hoe made love.
We didn't fall in love, but we made love.
All right.
Um, I'm Pedro Estevez. Oh, okay, there you go, lady. Get them in. Lady Hazel May's in the building over on YouTube, coming in hot. Nicole H is here too. LG. Bronda Miss Unpredictable. Stuns in the building. We waving back. Miss, as in formerly known as Miss Adverb.
Yes.
She said she's going to my mama house looking for her baby right now. Well, guess what?
Well,
The baby ain't there.
baby ain't there. All right. So,
Okay, so you
but
keep
I know,
going
but I'm
looking.
gonna let you know. There's probably a lot of babies going down the drain at his house. Uh, just which is
Hey,
oh, I had to make it nasty.
they
Listen,
gotta go somewhere.
but Nicole H, I see you there. LG, you know what? LG, what does LG stand for?
Looking good.
Oh, looking
Over on
good.
Instagram, I see Ray to Ray, Key to
There's
Happiness.
so many
It's
people with
Roxanne,
LG.
Roxanne, Kev Perkins. What up, Kearney?
Yeah, what's up,
Kev Kearns.
Mohammed? No, Mohammed Bazili.
You sound like you about to get us flagged when you threw the acid in
Well,
there.
you know, Coco Brown's house burned down.
Oh no.
Oh, I'm sorry to the
Oh,
ground
that's
last night. Um, did
that's
not know that.
terrible. I hope nobody got
Misty.
hurt.
Hope nobody get hurt because at the end of the day, you can get more stuff. Gabby makes jokes. What's up, Gabby? A lot of people in the feed. There's a lot to read. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. We're gonna do the rundown on the run up.
Let's run up.
Pedro is gonna let y'all know what's going on. Now you're gonna have to. My Shango, you're gonna have to do it right. So I mean, I'm gonna test you. You got to have a little bit of
I'm sorry, I was just gathering the focus from my character.
right.
It is Monday, February 19th, 2024, in the time space continuum. Savage AF. Fuck your feelings, facts matter. Black Pedro, comedian Shane. We're gonna give it to you today. We're gonna end today's show. This is your run up. We start from the bottom. Now we're here. We're gonna end today's show with a Shangri. Today's Shangri is hands, hands, hands.
Yes, yes, hands.
We talking about hands.
Yeah.
All right. Before we get into that, Black Pedro pop in today. Hey, not
Coco
dead
Brown's
yet.
okay. She's okay.
Okay,
Her
she's
and her
okay.
son is okay. That's
Okay.
good news. It's good news.
All right. Black
Good.
Pedro pop in today.
Yeah.
Not dead yet. Not
Wow.
dead yet.
Why does that sound dark and at the same time kind of positive?
It's actually hilarious.
Yeah.
But before we get into that, we're gonna hit you with that hard-hitting journalistic question that we always ask. Motherfucker, say what?
What?
If this not a racist country, somebody tell the Nazis.
Yeah. Nikki Haley.
Because they don't know.
Oh, she just said some other shit. She said she would pardon. The reason she would pardon
Hitler.
Trump is, well, yes, she would pardon Hitler, Stalin. She said she would pardon him so we could just move forward and we wouldn't piss off a portion of the country. So now we're doing shit because we don't want to piss off the country, even if they do something illegal, or even if they're rapists, even if they are.
We're gonna get into it. We'll get into it.
It makes my ass itch.
Yeah,
And
and
I wash
where I'm
my
from,
ass, and it still makes my ass itch.
where I'm from, that's how you get your ass whooped. But before we get into it, y'all, fresh from SneakerCon, making its worldwide debut, just so he can try and raise money and stay out of jail. Your boy, wearing number 40. What was he? 46, 45?
45.
No, he was 45.
45.
45. Wearing number 45, which was Jordan's post-retirement number. The new Air Wardens, also known as the J6s, or the midlife crises, the Air midlife crisis. That put it back up. That this is the Trump shoe that he has dropped. These are selling. Well, they've sold out because Murga. But this shoe has sold for $399.
What?
Bro, the shoe cost $399. They sold out immediately. It's the only shoe uglier than the Yays or the Yeezys or whatever the fuck you call them.
Wow.
Socks with the sole. But these Air Wardens, understand this is last ditch fundraising
It's sad. It's
ploy
sad.
to he got to get the money up out these ignorant motherfuckers. These shoes look like what a 57-year-old newly divorced man would wear on a date with this 28-year-old chick
Hey,
that
babe.
she's trying to get back.
Hey, babe. And he walks like this. Hey,
I'm
babe.
hip.
Have
I'm
you
cool.
seen the new shoes?
he wears them with black jeans and a tweed blazer.
Yeah.
And
And
really
also,
thinks and he has too much product in his hair.
I don't know if you guys
And the girl, I was gonna say,
Okay.
and the girl brings her girlfriend,
right.
and then he still don't get no pussy. And
I
it's
just
crazy.
want to make sure that if there's any black people out there buying these shoes because you think they're hip and you're spending $400 on these shoes, I swear when I see you, I will smack the shit out of you.
Sneakerheads, use your head.
Yeah, but also this is the wild shit. He ain't selling just the shoes. I know you think that's where it stops. That Trump stops at the shoes. Hold up, and the pendant.
Oh, you get a chain? It's chaining day in this motherfucker.
And he makes himself look like a superhero, even though he's the biggest gigantic bitch of all time.
The girl child of Yah, we see you out there. That looks like we're gonna call that a sleazus piece. Because he's sleazy, a sleazy piece.
And there's another pair of shoes.
Sleazus.
His second shoes coming out. They call it the moon grabbers. Because that's where the fuck he's gonna have to live at if he keeps getting these indictments. And he got more shit coming down. The 91, they're not done yet. That's crazy.
Okay, Nicole H has some on the low. No Shang Bucks accepted, but she does have them Air Wardens. But this is, I mean, like this man is running for president of the United States,
and he's coming out with
and
shoes.
he just dropped a shoe. And it's funny, it's on the heels. I get it, on the heels of a $360 million settlement, for which that his business is going to have to pay the state of New York.
The taxes.
Taxes and interest. Actually, AJ Fitt brought this up last week that with taxes and interest, it's over 400.
It's over 400. $5 million for the E. Jean Carroll. Basically, defamation.
No, $5 million for
$5 million
for graping her,
and then
83.3 million
for defamation.
For defamation on her.
Then it don't stop.
Get out your calculator.
The hits keep coming.
But wait, there's more.
And the fact that he's almost reaching $1 billion in fines, $1 billion that we know he doesn't have. And in order for him to appeal it, he got to come up with something. So guess what he did? He said, you know what? What could we do that the niggers might like, huh?
But it ain't done. And because all these white racists, they wish they had swag. Well, girl child of Yah said, what are those?
And somebody said they should be free. They should be
no, first of all, you should pay homeless people to wear these because
and I bet you he would.
Them. But I almost think there'd be some homeless people that'd be like, you ever tried to feed a homeless person? They're like, I just want drugs.
He got
what the fuck am I gonna do with these?
Anybody that wears these jeans, somebody said that they have gold pants or white jeans.
Oh no.
I mean, nothing wrong with that.
They're too expensive. $399 is, unless it's an Italian loafer. That is too much money to pay for a shoe. I don't believe in. I'm not a sneakerhead like that. Over on Instagram, Robert C54SC.
You got some good ones.
I mean, but like I'm not spending. I don't think I've ever spent more than $150 on a pair of sneakers.
The most I've ever spent is $80.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you see, you that's in my range, right?
Yeah.
But listen, they're too expensive. They're ugly as fuck. Girl child says those look like the Homelander edition, and he was just a Nazi with superpowers. So
wow.
Who's worried about that? But yeah.
Are
So,
people now?
and they look like midlife crisis. They look like a man in crisis. Like a man in crisis wears shoes like this. And I'm not even sure you can appropriate the American flag like that. I
You
really
know
don't.
what? I gotta say something to everybody in the feed, and I hope you don't look at me in the wrong way. Um, I bought a pair. I got them all right now.
Nicole A said she just spent $200 on some Mario dunks. Now, Super Mario Brothers is a little different,
That's a little different.
and the dunk game. Okay, I'll give
Yes.
you that, Nicole H. And it's an established brand. Nintendo, Mario, they did their thing. The Trump
Right.
brand, very unestablished. Like I have a feeling, um, bro. I saw a great joke. This dude posted. He said, "I bought a pair of the Trump sneakers. Tried to play basketball in them, but all I could do was draw charges." Oh,
Oh,
wish I thought of it myself. I don't even know who to cite for it, but I will say
well,
it's
the Trump diapers are coming out. I don't know if y'all know that. You didn't know? You think I'm joking? Yeah, no, I am joking. Trump diapers, the Trump.
They're called shitty slickers.
Now we're just going down the rabbit hole.
Bro,
When you saw this,
fund
did
the
you
fuck
laugh?
out this show.
Did you laugh? I laughed my ass off.
Bro, I'm
Oh,
just
and he
like
got booed. Wait, whoa! In
at
Philly,
SneakerCon. At
at
SneakerCon.
SneakerCon, people booed him. They went, "Boo, bitch,
But
get
but that,
out the way!" But
but
then they
that being
sold
said,
out.
the motherfuckers did sell out.
How many?
I don't know how many pairs he had.
Exactly.
But
So, well,
he's like, it only takes one. They cost. He has one pair, and they cost $355 million.
no, I
for
don't.
him to
I don't
sell
think
one.
that he did sold that. I don't think that he went crazy with it. I don't think that Nike's worried. I don't think Nike's like, oh shit, the new J6s came out. What
You
are we
think
gonna do?
if Kanye got dropped from Adidas, like you think a sneaker company's about to pick up this
Yes,
Nazi wannabe pants shitter?
I mean they're like really ugly and
Look at
gold.
the number of stars on the sneaker. I think represents how many states will be
Succeed and
will
wear
be seceding. Like those will be the United States of ugly shoes.
the succeed ones. I mean, I don't understand why people can't see this dude is just like the worst grifter of all grifters. There was a documentary I watched on him, and they said that everything he's done, that the Trump Steaks, Trump Airlines, Trump University, all of them failed. And I think this is going to be the next one.
So you said, do you think that he's going to get sued for having the red bottoms on the shoes since he doesn't have the patent? You need a patent for red bottoms? Because like
I don't think you need a patent for red.
I got a pair of Hirachis with red bottoms. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
they're all red Hirachis, right? So
yeah.
I don't know.
I,
But
I
the
don't think
red
so.
bottom, that's like Christian
I think,
Louboutin
but the
shit,
way
man.
they look, what do they look like? I mean, if they
I'm
weren't
telling you,
gold and
hold
ugly.
on, I'm gonna take this down. They literally look like no, put it back up. They look like, bro. You know, I work in Beverly Hills. I see these dudes all the time. They spike their hair up, they get Botox, they try and throw on a hip T-shirt and a blazer and some tight ass jeans, and then they put something like this on their feet,
Wow.
and then they have a child that looks like their niece, and that they're taking on this date, and you know, unless he buys her a helicopter tonight, he ain't getting no money. He ain't getting no money.
Yeah, right. You didn't buy me a helicopter, and you don't have on
Those are the
you don't have
non-pussy
the
getting shoes.
yeah, you don't have on the Trump ones, and I don't feel good about it.
You calls them the scammer ones. I'm sticking with Air Wardens, y'all.
Air Wardens is
Because he's
good.
only selling them to try and
I
stay
call
out
them
of
the
jail.
J6s.
Of course, they the J6s. Yeah, but Jordan gonna get them for that. Over on Instagram, I see a Willie D93, Duckface XOXO, Black Seas. Yo, I see you, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a
So
lot of people. Wow. Somebody said those are fire. You guys are two washed up and angry comedians who were wrong about COVID. What the fuck are you talking about, masters of dick sucking? Because I'm not going to even say your full thing.
handle.
Everybody on the feed, anybody on my IG feed that sees this cuck just saying goofy shit, those shoes are fire. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, as in, Tinder for one.
Yeah.
Like during the apocalypse, if you have a pair, throw them in the fire to
Those
keep your
shoes
family
are
warm at night.
exactly. You forgot the word dumpster. Dumpster fire. You fucking. Come on. All right. The bottom line is we know what Trump is doing. He knows that he's in trouble financially because I know he said he's a billionaire, but the motherfucker's not a billionaire. It's been proven he's not a billionaire. He's a scammer and a grifter. So uh,
If he
just
was a
like this
billionaire,
person,
this nigga's about to be short about half a bill
he's gonna be short
real
of.
quick.
And so how do you people that are Trump supporters, and there's black people that are Trump supporters, and there's a lot of young black people that are jumping on that bandwagon, which makes me want to, jump off a roof. How do you think people are going to respond to him, like after he
well,
sold them out to his people?
well, and Hazel May says those shoes are for the fire. And to that moose neck donkey fuck who wants to say that the shoes are fire, bro, that ain't the point. That ain't even the point.
See, you can't see my
The
my, my,
point
my
is,
IG. Yeah,
the
it's
point is your leader, right? Your leader has chosen, not even has chosen, is relegated to down to the last ditch effort of selling some obvious downtown LA shoe that he done spray painted and took some Air Ones or some shit and just tried to make it look like something that might be cool. But he's only doing this to raise money because he is going fucking broke. Okay.
right, and all of
By
the
the way,
people that
it's raining so much in LA. There's a flock of seagulls outside my window. These niggas just went by deep.
right.
And we ain't near the sea, but it's so much water in this motherfucker that I don't think they know that they in mid city right now.
There are
This
two. There are
nigga, I
two.
ain't never seen no seagulls around this motherfucker.
Well, I'm looking out at my window and the parking lot, and there are two whales swimming by.
That's-
I heard them last night, and I went, "Wow, that's beautiful."
Yes,
And then I woke up and
so
thought,
beautiful.
"They're still there."
That's my car. Hey, whale, get off my car.
Now, YT Johnson says we got a lot of people in the feed. The website states Trump sneakers are not designed, manufactured, distributed, or sold by Donald Trump.
You don't say. Wait a minute. You're telling me that Donald, the creator Trump, didn't sit down at some fucking desk sketching this out like it was fuck. Yeah, no, he didn't. No, he did not. He went to one of those shithole countries that he talks shithole about and made the people make the shoes. And then you motherfucking slophead grits bearded motherfuckers. I don't know what grits bearded mean. I guess it's when grits fall in your beard. And y'all went and bought them. Y'all, that's what y'all did. Y'all went
dummy, dumb, you sheeple, you lemmings. Okay, now we're getting another guy. I'm not going to say his name, because I don't want your Instagram to, no, everybody on my Instagram, go at this motherfucker. He said, funny because Biden wanted trillions and now we're in the war and they want more money. Biden and Harris can't speak, and that's being fuck the shoes. Trump isn't broke and will never be broke. Why are you?
The man is selling shoes out his trunk at the rally.
What? What other president sells tennis shoes?
Nigga, no
You
other
dumb
president has
motherfucker.
ever sold a shoe.
Yeah, man.
Especially not while they're running.
Yeah.
Like if Obama came out with a chill ass loafer afterwards, get your money, bruh. But in the midst of trying to run a third time for president after failing your second attempt,
you make these shoes,
bro. You make some shoes to sell. $399 shoe, by the way. Right. Show me the $399 part. Show me where that shoe, because after the tax and everything, much like Trump's legal fees, this shit's gonna be over $400. So where's the 400 part?
And the people that are so delusional that take up for Trump, and basically no matter what he does wrong, no matter how much we see clear and cut evidence, how come you still have to find it in your little skeevy fucking hearts to say, well, no, I mean, he sat there, he made a really hot shoes for his people to storm the Capitol next time, and
they'll be easier to identify, I guess.
Yeah, arrest all the motherfuckers with the gold shoes on.
All
You
these
dummies.
Dorothy-footed motherfuckers.
Yeah, you dummies. All the dummies with the gold shoes on with the 5 stars. Why didn't he put all the stars? You know why? Succeed, bitches. I can't wait till
He's
y'all
only
chip.
gonna win 5 states. That's the
Yeah,
number of states
exactly.
he's gonna
I
win
hope
each
so.
star.
But I hope that they chip. I hope that we get a big chipper and chip Florida and let it float off into the fucking ocean. If you're acting that way,
Nicole H said Obama would have dad jeans and sandals. And listen, those are gonna sell, right? Something to lounge around the house in,
man, it's crazy.
drinking warm milk.
Do you have anybody on your feed say
No,
any?
my people on my Instagram, they're either just kind of watching or joining. I don't know.
No,
Also know that if you're on Instagram, on our YouTube channel, that comment section gets very live, very violent, very active, very rude sometimes, but also respectful, loving community. A lot of these people are
so
way more
follow us on
savage.
Instagram. Yeah, follow us on Instagram. Subscribe to us on Instagram. Make sure you go over there. Subscribe to the B Rose. Aren't they made in China? Probably. Um,
Talk
I
to them
mean,
now.
okay. This is the
Yeah,
person.
how many Americans were employed in making those shoes? Let's talk about that because Joe Biden has put millions of Americans to work at this point and will be.
Right.
Jobs keep getting added month after month. The economy is actually growing. If your gas is too
Inflation,
high,
right? Right.
if you're experiencing inflation at the grocery store, whatever, guess what? Kroger is greedy. Okay,
Yeah, that's just that.
Ralph is greedy,
It's
nigga.
corporate
Whole
greed. That's the
Foods is
reason.
greed. That's
It is
corporate.
not
They're just
Biden. It's
charging you,
corporate
nigga.
greed. So for you to actually try to blame everything on that, like, oh man, goddamn, that's crazy, man. That show got canceled because of Biden. You try to make up shit. You're fucking dumb, and your whole family's dumb. If I followed you to your house, there'd be a bunch of little dumb kids running around banging their head on the fence. You're dumb. In fact, this is one of your children.
Hey man, he tried so hard though. He tried. Breezy JJ said Trumpy gonna be selling Girl Scout cookies next for $500 a box. It only
I
takes
mean,
one.
if the shoes are so quality, okay, how come no company picked it up? You don't hear Nike say, "We need to jump in on those Trump shoes." Nope. Nobody jumped in. Yeezys had to do it on their
No,
own, and they made
how,
money because some people are suckers. You bunch of suckers.
how is
Sucker
Nike?
ass.
How is Nike really going to sell back endorse the air molesters?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? the the grape edition or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
When
saying?
it
Like
gives you good traction when you're chasing a woman down in Central Park.
exactly.
What is the selling point other than you're a fascist, xenophobic fucking idiot that is trying to raise money because you know that your back is against the wall because they hit you with almost a bill. You're about to get it. If you keep going at this rate, it's a Billy, a Billy, a Billy. You're about to hit a Billy, and you can say whatever you want. Biden's not doing this, Biden's not doing that. The motherfucker ain't selling whack ass shoes.
And you know
That's
what?
just
Biden is
desperate.
doing this and Biden is doing that.
Well, yeah,
Even
there's
if you
certain
ain't
stuff.
heard about it or ain't up on it, the economy is strong. Here's how fucked up MAGA logic is. They don't realize what they're saying. Like Trumpty Dumpty wants the economy to crash. He has said that he wants the economy to crash, basically before November. Like he wants it to crash. Okay, crash. In order for something to crash, like
Right,
especially economy, when it crashes, we think of it falling sharply.
right.
In order for it to crash, to fall sharply, it has to be up high. So, in order for the economy to crash, it must obviously be doing well, and he wants it to do
But not
poorly.
only that,
So he's
he doesn't want he wants that to do poorly. That's why he's out hawking shoes. Somebody said
I
pro.
got them sneaks, I got them lows,
Yeah,
I got them mids.
pro.
What
Somebody
size your
got
girl wear?
fucking pro wings. Wow, Lady Hazel May said those are old used pro wings that they use gold paint, sprayed them basically, and don't.
Don't act like y'all didn't go to Payless Shoe Source. Hey, girl, the first time in gym class I went to stop in some Payless shoes and just kept going and got called for traveling. And I was like, I can't do nothing, coach. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Like, I was like, all right, never again. We're
Never
going to invest
again. Never
in some
again.
good footwear.
Baba Gazoo, on my that's his name. Baba Gazoo said Trump followers will always make excuses for him. The hillbillies that love him can't even afford the trash ass shoes. At least
But
to make
guess
the
what?
shoes.
They bought them, Baba
Right.
Gazoo. Okay.
And I don't
They
want to
bought
hear,
the shit
yeah.
out. And now they outside their trailer like, just give me one more month, Clem. I swear I'm going to have it, man. But I had to get the
I
truck
can pay
playing.
for the trailer if you just give me a chance.
Imogene, I'm going to do right by you, I swear.
Think about
Just
it.
had to have the shoes.
You dumb motherfuckers complaining about how high eggs are and how high bread is. So you spent almost $400 for shoes, and you didn't buy your kids food. You're just a fucking irresponsible cunt.
God damn it, Imogene, don't take them kids from me. I love these shoes, but I love the kids too.
Yeah, $400 for shoes. But the economy, so gas prices and this and that.
$400 for ugly shoes.
For ugly
For
shoes.
extremely ugly
Oh
shoes.
no. But this when you get the pendant, it takes it to $550. I'm serious.
And just for that, and we'll waive the shipping and handling.
Yeah. So, what's up, JP Justice?
And just like Trump steaks, I bet they just got a picture of him wearing the shoes.
But there's some black people. Yeah.
You never actually get the shoe.
Now, do y'all have your brain wiped? Did the men in black come to your house and put the thing up? Are you serious?
All right, sorry. So this just hit me. This just hit me because if all right, I gotta pour another sip out for this. If Trump sold shoes and they look like that, and they sold out no matter how many pairs, what do we as a me, Black Pedro, Shang, everybody in the feed, all the feeds, what do we do as a society when we see somebody in public wearing those shoes? Nigga, I'm gonna be like, wow! You got, nigga.
$400 for these old janky ass shoes. Bottom line,
what are those?
What are those? He's coming out with the insurrection. I don't know if y'all know if he's coming out with the insurrection flip flops. So I didn't know if you knew that or not.
The insurrections?
Yes, but the bottom line is anybody out there that's spending money on their shoes and not spending money on the things that you call essentials, you're just a fucking dummy. And I don't want to hear shit from you. And if I do see somebody, and black folks, I know that you like to suck up, and it sounds bad, but I've been watching some young black people saying, "Oh, I fuck with him. He gave me the stimmy." Like, what's her name? Booty Hole Brown, whatever that bitch's name is. What is that bitch's name?
Bleach Bread Hole Brown.
Yeah, what her name? Sexy Red. Fuck her. I don't care if y'all get mad and you're a fan. She's horrible. And
Donald Trump did not provide a stimulus check for you.
Stop it.
Black America, I need you to wake the fuck up.
I'm going to give you the hand so you know. He didn't do it. It was government. It was the Congress. It was.
I'm going to say it again.
Yeah,
first of all, if you received a physical check with Donald Trump's signature on it, you are not banking properly. You should have received a direct deposit from the government, and we could have saved a lot of paper. Secondly, like Shane just said, that money was approved and provided to us by a Democratic-led Congress. Nancy Pelosi gave you your stimmy, you dummy.
And the other thing is,
I'm gonna call you a stimulus dummy. You stummy.
They keep saying I fuck with him. I saw a couple of young people say I fuck with him. We need him back. Shut up, you dumb motherfuckers. You're the same ones that are out there doing dumb shit to your own people.
By the way,
Damani Jones got something for you right there.
He said, "No, you got to do the salute when you see them joints." Yeah, okay. Okay, here's my salute.
Yeah, those are the worst.
I give them that. But listen, you got to understand also, a stimmy was only necessary because we had this global pandemic, which our president, leader of the free world, most powerful man on the planet
at the time,
handled poorly, like
horribly.
But we should have left a group of kindergartners in charge
of
the
it was so bad. It was so bad. And just like right now, if you look at the Republicans' policies and how they're backing him, what are they running on? what are they running on? They can't say the border because they already been given out on the border. Like here's the bill, let's go. But instead, you listen to Orange cunt stick in charge of your at least your little cult. You still rock with them. So I don't have no. And if you black and people say, what have the Democrats done for us? I'm not saying the Democrats are the best motherfucking thing since sliced bread, but at least they try to show some kind of empathy and try to help a little bit more, way more than the fucking Republicans.
And understand that these Democrats most recently in this Democratic presidential administration has brought a child tax credit, which has lifted more than half of the children who are living in poverty in this country out of poverty. And if you don't understand what the child tax, the government is paying people for having kids, helping to subsidize the lives of those
there's
children.
another reason for that. I'm gonna say there's another nefarious reason for that.
Nefarious.
Yeah, I know what it is.
Say it, Shane.
Okay, white people got to have more kids. No, I'm serious.
And you'll get more money.
White people got to have more kids.
No, that has nothing to do with that, though.
No,
those two things are not connected.
Let me Oliver Stone this.
You trying this? The Great Replacement theory has nothing to do with the child tax credit.
White people are trying to have more kids so they can not feel like minorities. Because in a few, 2035,
globally, Europeans have always been the minority. That's just.
I know I'm bullshit. But
we know.
But before we go on to this next thing, which actually happened, not 20 years ago, not 30 years ago, but if anybody has these shoes on, I want to tell you, I hope that they catch on fire while you're in them.
I just want to see a whole jail, a MAGA wing of jail in the M wing of the prison, M block of air, and they get air wardens. That'll be your little treat.
These are ugly shoes. And the shoes, his skin is almost the same color.
It's uglier than that golden Buddha Trump that they built at the one event. Remember that?
Right.
And it looked like somebody just poured gold on the ground. And it happened to form this blob of a man, but whatever. Savage AF, man, fuck your feelings. Facts matter. We are going to keep it pushing because this next one, it's related. And if you want, honestly, if you want to know who bought the shoes,
we pretty much know who.
We about to see who they are. And when you see who they are, out loud, you might just say,
motherfucker, say what? Yeah. Motherfucker, say what? Say yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh my God. What?
Oh my God. Shane, give him the video, bro, and we'll talk about it.
Okay. The bottom line is, if you think racism and that mentality is gone, oh no, it's still here, alive and well.
They are literally having a Nazi march. Here in downtown Nashville. White supremacists talking about white supremacist neo-Nazism, talking about deporting folks and just racial hatred. This is what we're seeing here in Nashville.
Nashville, Tennessee. That's one of the Justins. What do they call them? Are they called the Memphis Three or the Tennessee Three?
The Tennessee Three.
Where the three Tennessee state legislators were kicked out. Two young black men and one white woman, and the white woman was actually spared. And they were both, the two black dudes were both named Justin. I'm sorry, I don't know this brother's last name right now.
But there's somebody in the feed help us out on this. But the bottom
Speaking
line
of the feed, over on Instagram, real quick.
Wow.
Ben Yosef, and I haven't heard from him in a while. Good to see you, brother. He says the pandemic was mishandled by the whole government, and the whole government was Trump at the time. Like he was the leader of that's all we're saying. That
it's the captain's always responsible for the ship. Number one, number two, they had the majority. So anybody that says it was the Democrats were basically checkmated every chance they got to try to do something. That's number one. Number two, when we're talking about these Nazis, actually, I'm not exaggerating when I say primarily the people that big up Nazis and Putin and racism and stuff. You could say it's the Democrats, and it used to be the Democrats because they were blue dog Democrats. Back in the day, there was blue dog Democrats, and the Democrats were the kind of villain. But they've evolved and become more diverse. And if you look at how the Democratic Party is now, the Nazis and all of them rock with Trump. Trump is the one that actually condones that. There's good people on both sides. And then he said, some people say he didn't say it. Yes, he fucking did. There's video. What do you?
Listen, he's Proud Boy, stand back, stand by. He can't denounce white supremacy because it's his base at this point.
There's nothing to say.
But like I've always said, and I think like we've both said on the show many times, is like beyond just like Trump, it's really about these supporters. It's like, who bought the shoes, dog? Who bought the shoes? When you see them with the shoes on, you know who they are. It's like the red hat. Like when we see the red hat, we know what it is, right? So like, who are these people? And when we see them on the street like this, paramilitary, red and black, in uniform, all of their faces covered. The first video I saw of it, there was just this dude like heckling them, like barking at them while videotaping it, just calling them cowards. He's like, I'm showing my face, show yours. Like, show me your fucking face, right? So like, they know what it is. You know what I mean? Like, they know this shit is shameful. They know it's not something that is accepted in society.
I don't think they do.
They know that. No, they know that, bro. They're covering their face.
I know they're covering.
That's why they've always covered their faces.
They cover their
because
faces
they know the activity's always been illegal. They don't want to be actually accountable for it, but they're more than willing to perpetuate it. You know?
No, I was gonna say they cover their face because they're all ugly, all of them, every one of them. But the bottom line is, if you condone this type of shit, and we see what's happening, fascism is coming back. If you look at some of the way that the Republicans are acting, if you look at Jim Jordan, if you look at some of the things that he's done, fascism seems to be the thing they're leaning towards. Nobody came out against Trump when he recently said how much he would let, he hopes that
he wants to be a fascist for
right.
his first day in
Russia,
office. He would be
Russia,
for a day.
Yeah, Russia, do whatever you want to do to people. Take their shit if they didn't pay. Even though he New Yorkers knew that he didn't pay for shit, and there's construction workers looking for him right now to beat his ass.
Architects, nigga, when you got architects trying to fight you, John, like they're peaceful people. Over on Instagram, I see "Wish You Were Here" photo. Wish you were here too. The pretty jumper I see. So Senge Ben Yosef is still on this over on my Insta. So I'm gonna address this real quick. He says the studies are done, and everyone knows the government mishandled the pandemic. We are a republic, so no one person runs the government.
Okay.
Right, but one person does lead it for us, right? Like the president is known as the leader of the free world. All we were saying, Ben, is that like Trump fucked up his chance to do things right. No matter what you think, Fauci created it or whatever. It was
created in the lab.
Get all the conspiracies out.
The Red Skull created it in a lab.
At the end of the day, a lot of people died because of this thing, right? Whether we understand it fully, and bruh, you ain't no motherfucking virologist, and neither am I, right? So it's best to listen to the doctors. The reality was there were steps that could have been done. If you look at Jacinda Ardern in New Zealand, they shut down the country. The shit went away. They didn't have cases after a while, right? So when you talk about the three branches, Ben, right? Like what did happen, right? Like Congress, and that's what we talking about, STEMI. Congress passed money to help people out so they could stay home, so we could stop spreading disease. Right. Trump was like, bleach might work.
Yeah. Hey, get some chlorophyll, and you know what? The poison
syrup.
When he did that, this is how dumb his followers are.
So that's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about like people Trump was in charge of, but he chose no. But he also just like chose no path that would lead us towards getting out of it faster, right? Like he just kind of sat in the middle, like, oh well, you can take it if you want to, but whatever. And meanwhile, he's fucking taking the thing. He got the fucking shot. He took the fucking
thing that right? He was right, and the thing he condemned, he took the shot.
And
Okay.
then got on TV like, well, if you don't want the shot, don't take the shot.
Don't shot.
It's like,
Yeah,
well,
he's a
bro,
contradiction in terms constantly.
come on,
He's
man, that's all we talking about.
he's hypocritical, just like his fucking followers. But the bottom line is, nobody on the Democratic side said what you do is go in your fish tank, get some chlorophyll, and you
Lick the
drink
side
it.
of the tank.
What you do is you pop that top off, you drink it, and the Poison Center said their fucking calls went up 65%.
So now
from
Ben,
red
I know,
states.
yeah, exactly right. So Ben Yosef now says, okay, but Trump didn't have to sign off on the stimmy. Well, then he would just be the asshole that kept the money away from everybody.
Just like the
right?
Republicans are the assholes that are not doing the bill for the immigration
Like politically, do you know how bad that would have been for Trump if he was like, no, nobody gets extra money. The money that niggas love, that niggas stand behind him now for. If he hadn't done that, and you're like, well, at least he did that. Yeah, at least it's the least he could have done. That nigga did the least
that you could possibly
electronically.
do.
He's
but then
it's
Ben,
not even like
Ben's. Hold up, I can't see Ben's. I can't see Ben's. I'm looking at.
I know. We know Ben. We know Ben. He's followed the show for a while, so
okay,
I appreciate you, brother.
But I'm telling you, okay, what I'm trying to explain to you is, Ben, I hear you. The bottom line is, if he's Trump, the all Lord God, if he's if he's Sauron and all the orcs follow him, the bottom line is he did have say and sway as president, and he fucked it up. He fucked it up. He pretty much was. He didn't kick the field goal when he needed to.
Listen. Ben now says you're trying. He says we are trying to have it both ways. He's the leader when you attack, but not the leader when he needs credit. Credit for what, dog? What I'm trying to tell you is that he didn't create the stimulus package to help Americans out. He was
actually against it. He was against it.
And then when it passed in a bilateral, like bipartisan, when it passed, if he doesn't sign that, if he doesn't approve it, then he's the one asshole that kept all the money away from all the Americans who needed it.
Ben,
including the rich people who exploited the fucking system.
Exactly.
Right? So
Ben, think about it.
Come on, Ben.
You know what? We got to bring in.
Does he really deserve for just not being the dick that got in the way?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man. I'm gonna hold my president to a little bit higher standard than that. I'm sorry.
But people can say what they want. And Ben, I got to give you the little white baby thinking.
Oh shit, son.
I don't know, man. I think that I understand. You say give him credit.
And here's I'll give YT Johnson this. DT stance on NATO is the thing we have to look at. It's a big thing. It's a big thing, right? Like this man has many nutty buddy fuckhead Outta jizz ideas that are like, what the?
You know what? I'm gonna give you one for that one. Otter jizz.
You don't think, but how you think they make other otters, nigga, with otter jizz?
I know, but now I think that otter jizz has basically it's
aquatic jizz.
It taught my rhino face fuck. I think that otter jizz is now. In fact, we're gonna start selling bottles of it so we can get our show on a higher level, and then we're gonna come out with.
Ben says he wants to.
Savages.
Ben says he needs to come on because he thinks I'm missing his point. It's possible, brother.
You want to come on? You want to come on? You about that? No, fuck that. You about that smoke, man? Hold up. Nah. See, all right. Invite. People. This is what happens when shit gets thick.
Well, I don't think he's gonna be able to see.
Yeah, he will.
No, because he's on my Insta. But Ben, if you jump on the YouTube. And I know you've been on there before. Then you know.
By the way, the link is in the comments. I just put the link.
That's what I'm saying. So Ben, jump on the YouTube and look at the link.
The link is in the comments. So hey man, you know what? If you want that smoke, you come get that smoke. Because the bottom line is, I understand when people are trying to give him credit for things, but he's done so much fuckboy shit that have offset anything he's done that could have possibly construed.
I'm like, what are the things? What are the things? I don't even know the things that he's done. Shane, this was the basis. Like we brought it up before. Like that one guy that I debated at Flappers one time, right?
Oh no, that was
comedy
crazy.
coming but like at the end of the day, my basic question was, bro, just tell me one good thing that Trump has done. And as an avid Trump follower and supporter, this guy was like, oh well, I don't know that. You know what I mean?
Why not?
What's the good thing? Like what are the
There
good
is one
things
good
that
thing.
Trump did?
This is one good thing. If you're one of the top 1% of the 1%, he got you an incredible tax cut.
He got you a
That
second helicopter.
so now when your submarine breaks down, you can get another one. I mean, what did he do other than that was his big thing. He said he was gonna overhaul healthcare. Obamacare sucks. They'd ask him, okay, well, what's your idea? Nothing came.
It's better.
It's better. It's bigger. It's better. It's bigger. It's better. Shut the fuck up. All the people that try to give him, and people say, well, you just shit on him. And then they always give me whataboutism. Well, what about Biden? What about Hillary Clinton? What about that? We ain't talking about that motherfucking now. We talk about your man, not Ben's man, but all you people that are Trump fans. We're talking about the motherfucker that just sold fucking the cowardly lion shoes or whatever, the Tin Man shoes. These gold, horrible shoes, because we know that he's a rapist. We know that he's a sexual abuser, a defamer. We know that he's a tax frauder. I don't know if that's a word, but fuck it. Tax frauder. And otters do jizz, YT Johnson.
YT Johnson says otters don't jizz. That's
Yeah,
a
they
weird
do.
thing to know. I was making a anatomical assumption.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean.
But if you tell me that you
Wait a
just
minute,
Googled
otters.
if you just Googled otter jizz and then was like, nope, Pedro's wrong.
Wow.
That's it. Yeah.
How did we get back on this when we were talking about Nazis?
Ben, there's definitely a delay between Instagram and YouTube. But what I'm telling you is that if you want to join in this show, you're gonna have to do it through YouTube.
And the link is there.
We can't bring you in through. It's not like we're not on Insta like that. It's like Insta is just pulling in the feed from a different source.
Right.
So you got to get into the YouTube if you really want to get into this.
But also, I want to let you know something. The reason that we said that if we see a bunch of Nazis with gold shoes on, gold horrible boots on, we know where they're at. They're from Tennessee, and I'm gonna show you the clip one more time.
They are literally having a Nazi march. Here in downtown Nashville. White supremacists talking about white supremacist neo-Nazism, talking about deporting folks and just racial hatred. This is what we're seeing here in Nashville.
That's going on. And okay, I want to know, how did you condone the other fuck shit he did? How do you condone the stuff he did pertaining to E.G. Carroll? How do you condone
I think he's Justin Pearson.
Who?
The brother,
the person that is with the ponytail.
Actually, he's Justin Jones. Sorry.
Okay.
But either way, I did want to, specify.
Now, imagine you're a Jewish person or you're a young black person walking down the street. Yeah. No, I'm saying don't you get me started.
No, I'm imagining I'm Jewish.
And you're walking down the street and you saw 150 Nazis with masks on saying Jews will not replace us and yelling that. And why wouldn't somebody on the Republican Party speak against this?
I'm wondering where the fuck I'm going. You know what I'm saying? Like whoop, the wrong way, obviously.
There we go.
Oh, sugar nuggets. All right, here he goes. All right, we got Ben Yosef in the building. I'm gonna bring him in. I know he's been following the show for a while. I appreciate it. I understand this brother to be intelligent and knowledgeable about many, many things. So this is all love coming in, but I need us to all, let's try and find common ground. So here we go, man. Ben Yosef, what's going on, good brother?
Hey, good brothers, how y'all doing?
What's going on, young man?
We good, man.
I'm gonna say young man because I'm older than you. So listen,
we all got gray in our beards. So hey, there's
wait a minute now.
Hold on, young man.
Don't discount my year. I'm how old are you?
Me, 65.
22. You 65. Goddamn. Well, damn, you old.
I'll be 47 in May.
Let's say, goddamn, you old. Your whole response back is, goddamn, you're old. Old as hell.
When the nigga with a beard that big, that gray says, goddamn, you old. Like,
okay, I'll take that.
Got it, Shane.
Now, the reason I was saying that you can't have it both ways, but there is no both ways. There is no false equivalency to this. He actually, the biggest thing that he even brags about, other than taking abortion away, other than taking abortion away and stacking the courts with right-wing judges, he talks about is the tax break he gave to multimillionaires and billionaires.
So let me just set the table for why Ben is coming in here right now. Is like, I think we were most specifically talking about the pandemic,
right?
And Trump's handling of it, and Ben, you were trying to point out that he deserves some credit for some things, and I was disputing that. So with that being said, brother, specifically with regards to the pandemic, and then flow out from there if you need to. But like, what were the things that Trump deserved credit for during that time period, specifically 2020, let's say?
Yeah, because we live in a representative democracy, I think that the credit and the blame is got to be shared.
Okay.
Unless we are living under a kingship or a monarchy.
Okay.
So the way our government is set up, the president, he didn't have to go along with it, even though you were saying that he might be considered an asshole, but that's never stopped asshole, because he's not the first asshole president. You know what I mean? We had Ronald Reagan, we had George Bush. Agreed. You know what I mean?
All day.
So
all day. Nixon.
You can't forget Nixon. On, that was before my time. You guys are a lot older than me. So
shots fired. Jimmy Carter was my first president. Let's go.
Yeah. So my point
was
that I think that the people, us, the masses, need to understand that this game that is being played with us is a lot deeper than just this one figurehead that they show us. Because I think it was one of their I think it was Albert Pike or something like that, and he said we give them their leaders. You know what I mean? So so I feel like by us going back and forth with each other, and racism and all of this stuff is obvious. Donald Trump is a racist. It's obvious. Right. But so were a lot of the founding fathers. You know what I mean? So they did bad things, but we wouldn't have what we have today if they didn't do the things that they did. You understand what I'm saying? So we're living this life today because of what it was. And so Donald Trump, as far as the pandemic goes, like I said, he could have stuck to his guns, but he also signed off on Operation Warp Speed, which helped get the vaccine out to people. So, I mean, we have to give credit where credit is due.
But
he also had the lowest unemployment rate numbers in the history of America for Black people.
That's not true.
That's true.
I got the numbers. I got the numbers right here.
That's obviously that, and honestly, hold on.
I would have had time to get ready. I brought the numbers to show you that.
The things I've seen has said that's panning out to be a byproduct of Obama's economy, which any positive effects of Trump's economy were literally a result of Obama. Like, he just kind of came into a better economy, right? Like, Obama was handed a shit economy, right? And so was Joe Biden, right? And they both have done things that have turned those things around. But hold on, real quick. I just want to go back to Warp Speed real quick, and then like pocket whatever you want to come back to. But since you brought up Warp Speed, right, which is that is something I can honestly, yes, you're right, give him credit for, is that he did initialize an effort to get the vaccine done and out as quickly as possible, while also getting the vaccine, but telling people, well, if you don't want it, don't take it, and blah, blah, blah. So in that, there is a complete irresponsibility where, okay, you've acknowledged that this vaccine is necessary and we need to get it out quickly, but he's not willing to actually say that outright in public, because he knows that his ignorant ass, monkey-minded, albino orc base will turn on him if he's like, vaccine, vaccine, vaccine. Right? Them right there, they'll be like, and that's not even the ones. All those bougie ass white people, they all got vaccinated, right? But the ones who are
Immediately.
out there fishing with their hands and hunting deer with their bare feet, they're like, I ain't taking no vaccine, American, and he can't. So he can't come
And
out
they
and
drop
be
like flies. Hold up,
so
Pedro.
this is the thing.
They,
He's in this space where he does something responsible like warp speed, but can't even take credit for it, and even in some instances, I would say discredited it.
I
to his
think
own
I just
people.
watched. I think I just watched a news interview where he was still taking credit for that. But I want to say this
but he takes
also
credit
about the
for shit he
vaccine.
shouldn't been. I want to pull
But
this
he
out
wasn't telling people
Can
to
you
get
see
the
it?
vaccine, Ben. That's all I'm saying. He
Okay.
was not telling people to get the vaccine. He wasn't doing
When
that.
Trump, okay, maybe I'm gonna agree to disagree with y'all because when Trump initiated the Operation Warp Speed, there were actually the same people, these backward people who you were saying, you know, didn't want it. They were actually saying if Trump puts the vaccine out, then they'll get it. So there was a large group of Trump followers who were willing to take the vaccine if Trump was the one bringing it forth.
But I'm
I
telling
get
you.
it. And on the other hand, on the other hand, Kamala Harris herself said she didn't want to have nothing to do with a vaccine that was sponsored by Trump, and that's you could go research that. So that's what she said.
But she's not anti-vax. She's just anti-Trump in that moment. I get that.
Okay, but yeah,
But the
if the
reality
vaccine
no,
is
hold
good,
on, man.
going back to let me finish. Can I finish my point?
Go ahead.
Going back to the leadership thing, right? We're going back to the leadership thing. Kamala Harris, at that time, she was a leader in the Senate, right? And she was making these type of statements. So you can't, like I said, you can't sit on one side of the fence and say, "Oh, this is a bad thing." But then when your people say it, when the other people on the other side of the fence say it, it's good. And see, that's where I think the masses are being played because we're worried about what's going on across the fence with these two people arguing. Our neighbors, we're watching them argue. We don't have nothing to do with it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And neither one of these neighbors give a damn about us, the people.
Okay.
That's my whole point.
But a lot of it was bullshit and lies on the side of that. And here's the information that you said Trump was responsible for black unemployment. He took here's factcheck.org, which is one of the top fact checkers of yes. Trump takes undue credit on black unemployment. Undue credit.
And black unemployment right now is really low. Black unemployment is really low.
You see it? It's right there.
All unemployment is really low.
I see it. But listen.
Take it down.
That factcheck.org has been under scrutiny over the last year. I don't know if you know this or not.
Okay. Well,
so
I'll pull up
my numbers that I would challenge you to go look at is the government numbers when they did their own studies.
Okay.
Whose government? Trump's?
So no, our government.
Which
Trump doesn't own the government.
A party does. And when you're the leader of a party, as in president of the United States, you lead like
you're not a king.
They're doing whatever. No,
you're not a king.
Right.
We don't have kings.
Well, Trump wants to be one, and the Republican Party seems to have
I don't care what he wants to be.
No, but that's the thing. The Republican Party. Okay, hold on, Ben. Just look. The party behind him, his party that he is leader of, wants him to be able to do anything, whatever. He's at the point where, Ronna Romney McDaniel just stepped down as the leader of the RNC, right? The Republican National Conference, right? And Trump is trying to prop up his daughter-in-law, Laura Trump, right? Who has outright said that she will spend every RNC dollar to make sure that he is elected, which isn't what every RNC dollar is even for. But what we know is, and I think you got to recognize this, brother, is that this party is so willing to do whatever this man says. He's saying kill a border bill, right? So that he can use it as, ammunition during the election, right? So rather than actually solving the border problem now, you have secret panties app, fucking Mike Johnson, weird ass Christian right motherfucker.
God told me to do it. God, it was
Me and my
deep.
son share our underwear secrets, and it's just like, and now they're willing to kill any money towards the border just to keep it as an issue for the Republicans. So I'm when you say he's not a king,
So
we know that, but they want him to be one. He
By
said,
the
"I
way,
want to
okay.
be. I want to be
Can I
a
respond?
dictator."
Let him respond.
I'm almost done.
Yeah,
He's just,
okay.
like Donald Trump
Go
says,
ahead.
"I want to be a dictator for a day." His first day in office, he says, "I'm going to be a dictator for one day." And I don't know anybody who does dictatorship for a day and is like, "Oh, that was cool. I ran the whole world and could do whatever I want to. Have mad bitches. Now I'm done. I'm gonna go back to work."
You know what? I can sell gold
that shit's
shoes.
over,
I
bro.
can-
Like he's already stated he wants to be a dictator. The length of the contract is negotiable to him.
Okay,
But
but
go
Ben,
ahead.
I'm gonna let you talk, Ben. I just looked while you guys were talking. I just checked 7 different AP fact check, Washington Post, on and on and on. Trump has taken. Here it is again. AP fact check. President Donald
What
Trump
date?
is taking
What's the date though?
August 15,
What-
2018. Hold on. And it went all the
Okay.
way up to when he left. President Donald Trump is taking unjustified credit for the recent job gains by Black Americans, even as he defends himself against claims of racism.
Okay.
I literally just scrolled down page after page after page, and the headline
Okay.
is exactly the same.
Sharp Cut says Trump was the worst jobs president in your lifetime. He lost millions of jobs.
Millions.
Yeah.
So I get what you're saying. I'm telling you what I just looked up. I did the research, so when I say it, I can go, okay, so now you're saying fact check was suspect. So you're telling me Washington Post, New York Times, on and on and on, AP fact check, the National
Yeah.
Service poll.
What I'm
all of
telling
them
what
said
I'm
the
telling
same
you.
thing. All of them
Okay,
said
go
the
ahead.
I'm
Because
saying
like I
all of
said,
them
y'all
said
ran
the
me
same
off
thing.
a couple of points I wanted to make because
But
I understand it's your show.
No. I don't mean it like that. I'm saying if you
Well,
look at what I just pulled up, so you're saying
Right?
all of them are wrong. All of them. Government.org. All of them are wrong.
I just can't give credit to a
You
man that
You
doesn't.
read Washington Post. You read government.org.
That's what I pulled
You looked
up.
at the job number from the government, U.S. government website.
I typed in, was Donald Trump responsible for the best Black unemployment?
And you're gonna get, because we work in a world now that has computer algorithms, you're gonna get a result based on computer
What you wanna see.
technology. Instead of doing the actual research, is going to the government archives where you can look at the real numbers that were taken down by government officials during that time. But I don't want to argue that point. I'll let you have that point.
I know you said you didn't have a
I'll
chance
let
to
you
pull up the
have
number.
that point.
You said you
I'll
didn't
let
have
you
a
have that
time to
point.
pull up the number, so I get that. I get that. That like you
Yeah,
might not
I'll let
have
you
those
have that
numbers in
point.
front of you. Well, it's
But
not
my
about let us
point
have it, but
I'll-
like pull up the numbers when you
No.
have them. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm going to concede and say that you're right about the Black unemployment. But what I wanted to say is that a lot of the stuff we're talking about, like you said, Trump was getting them to stall bills or to stop the border law or whatever.
Border funding. Yeah.
Immigration.
Yeah,
The funding that
border funding,
Biden asked
right?
for when he got into
Okay,
office.
I got you. But listen to what I'm about to say. We've had several presidents, and that's why it's a bad thing that's creeped into our government. The politics outweighs what the Constitution and the Bill of Rights was intended for.
The job.
So part of that is politics. That's not like I've never seen that before, because I was alive during the time when Ronald Reagan was running for president. They made a deal with a foreign nation to make Jimmy Carter look bad.
Right. Iran.
During the Iran hostage situation.
Right, exactly.
So they play politics with stuff.
Absolutely.
What Trump is doing is probably no worse or no better than any other president that's sat in that office, because we've had a lot of corrupt people. Even though some of them might come with a smiling face, some of them might come with a snarl and a grin. But the thing is that as long as we, the people, keep choosing between bad and bad, we're
Yeah.
gonna make no changes as a nation. And I'm not saying I don't like Donald Trump. Like going back to the 80s when he took out a bounty or some
Park 5?
stupid stuff on Central Park 5.
Yeah.
I've never liked him since then.
Now known as
Right.
the exonerated 5. Sorry.
Right.
Right.
And,
One of which has just been elected a New York City councilman. We should say.
But at the same
Brother
token, I don't like Biden because I remember when he didn't want his kids to go to school with black people. He called it a jungle.
And they were also, he was part of the Clinton era gun I'm sorry,
oh
crime
no,
bill.
yeah, no, Biden back in
I mean, the Democrats have done a lot of fuck shit. I got you.
But we're talking about
so
we're
my
talking
thing is I think that irregardless, it's their man in the White House, and I'm gonna say those people, the powers that be, it's their man either way.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I think that we the people, we do ourselves a disservice by falling victim to being in the circus versus watching the circus. We need to step back. That's all I'm saying. Step back and stop looking at these distractions and look at the laws while we're busy paying attention to Donald Trump and this fuck shit that they got going on with these cases. There's a bunch of laws being passed that are circumventing a lot of rights that we have as a people, and it's being done by Democrats and Republicans.
But it's
I think
primarily
that we
being
the
done
people,
by Republicans. That's just a fact.
I can't really say that.
Okay,
because the Democrats have their talking. Listen, the Democrats have their political points too. They want to take away people's guns. I believe in the Second Amendment.
Mm-mm.
And as a black man in America, and y'all just showed us a bunch of neo-Nazis, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they were.
Right?
Yeah, they were.
Walking down the street doing their thing. And as a black man in America, you shouldn't want to be without a gun, but the Democrats are every day making these
That's not
overreaching laws trying to take away your Second Amendment rights.
I'll disagree with that and just say that living in, because in 2020, and I can't remember exactly how long you've been following us and we've been interacting, Ben, but like I've shown on this show live many times all 4 of my weapons, and they all have names: Gertrude, Leviathan, Sergeant Pepper, and Bruce, right?
And I can't get a gun because of some stuff on my
and
past.
I live in California. But what
you could get one.
No, I can't. No, I tried.
Legally, we talking about
Go ahead,
legally.
But here's the thing, Ben. Is like I think what Democrats are really talking about is sensible gun laws and not taking guns away from people, right? Like it's like greater background check. Well, when we look at the number of mass shootings that we have and just random gun violence in general, I think it's easy. For me, it's very easy to say that, look, there are obviously a great number of people who are getting guns who should not have access, right?
Right.
They should like clear. Once you go shoot up the mall or even shoot up the enemy on the west side or wherever the fuck the thing is, once you pull out a gun for no motherfucking reason, road rage or whatever it is, obviously you shouldn't have had one in the first place. And I think Democratic gun law policies are typically coming from a place where it's like, let's try to prevent the crazy mall shooter from getting a gun. And you and I, responsible gun owners, like I could wait. My thing is like, nobody needs a gun today. Nigga, like if you need a gun today.
Well, I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
There's probably a problem. No. That's what I'm saying. No, hold on.
No.
Think about it. What would be the reason for you to, like, you walk in a gun store and you're like, man, I need a gun now.
Yeah.
Like right now, like today, right now, I need to walk out of here with a gun. If you're in a situation where you walk into a place and you have to walk out with a gun, you're in a fucked up place in your life, right? But that's probably your life and not a governmental situation.
Well,
in a civil society, I think it's already been proven that the person that walks in
we don't live in a perfect society.
Pedro, we live in a society.
Pedro, we don't live in a perfect society. Now, everything you said, Pedro, I agree with.
We have to work towards it.
Yes, but I'm gonna ask you a few questions.
Please do.
Have you ever been to Tennessee or Georgia?
Been to Tennessee, both.
I've been to,
Yeah, I go to Tennessee. Right. I go to Tennessee every year. Right.
Yeah.
A lot of people can open carry.
Yeah.
A lot of people they have the right to have their weapon on them.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen the most respectful people in my whole life. Excuse me, sir. How are you doing, sir? You understand what I'm saying?
yeah,
so
that makes sense.
I agree that nobody should be shooting up malls, but
Right.
we don't live in a perfect society, like I say. So we have to take precautions, and that's one of the reasons why I think the Second Amendment is so important.
Brother,
if I need a gun today, hold.
I got you.
What if I live in a neighborhood that suddenly goes bad? And you know what? I feel like I need a gun today. I should be able to walk in and get a gun today.
Neighborhoods do not suddenly go bad. Neighborhood, nigga, you will never wake
up. You know, I'm from Washington, D.C. I moved to Prince George's County, and I would disagree with you.
Suddenly? Like, what do you call suddenly?
Yeah, D.C. is a little bit dicey.
Like, no. I mean, like, it's either been bad for a while or it's going through some process. But like,
there's some areas where there's an upsurge in violent crimes, like out of nowhere. Like I live in a place called Upper Marlboro.
I know where to say.
This used to be a place where you could leave your door open. That's why one of the reasons I moved out of DC. This is a place where you could leave your doors open. But now, in the last, I say a month, whatever, yeah, it's bad.
But violent crime.
I'm from Detroit, so I don't know about a place where you should leave your door. I don't know about a place where you should leave your door open since the 80s.
But violent crime.
My parents used to tell me about shit like that.
Violent crime has gone down substantially across the country. That's just a fact.
Yeah.
It's not my.
Yeah,
but true. I do agree. Pretending to, like I've been trying to get a gun for a while legally. But I got throwing knives. So somebody fuck me. I still fuck them up with the throwing knives.
Breezy JJ says
I think you do need guns.
Breezy JJ says I work in DC. I agree. So while I don't know specifically about your area, what my thing is that there were probably signs that were leading up to a decline in that area. Maybe that could that we're not all built to see, but the reality. But I'm saying, but here's the other thing, right? Let's say okay, you've lived in this area that suddenly turned violent, and now you want a gun today.
That's right,
Ben Yosef. What I need you to understand is like hold on, hold on, first time gun owner, right? First time gun owner. Get a gun today.
What's that got to do?
No.
What's that got to do with it?
Accuracy, my nigga. Your ability to shoot, marksmanship. These are things that I've learned in the training I've taken through Redstone Firearms. Shout out to Jonathan and Geneva Solomon, right? It's like, bro, the first time I shot a gun, I'm like, oh shit, I'm not that good, right? So, like,
I'm not saying that people shouldn't get training.
No, but I'm saying is if you're able to just buy a gun today after never owning one, without any training, now we've just given a gun to an untrained person, a weapon of destruction, potentially mass destruction, who has no training on it. Like, and that is a problem. Like, listen, man, 15, 16-year-olds, they got places to be sometimes, but they can't just show up at a car dealership and like, I need a car right now. Nigga, you're not licensed to drive this, right? You're going to kill somebody and yourself with this 2-ton vehicle at 80 miles an hour down some fucking street, right? So we regulate other metal projectile objects through our physical space in a certain way. And all I'm saying is, why are we passing out guns, or why should we pass out guns on day one? For you come in and now you got a gun and bullets.
But sometimes
you have no weapons training.
Sometimes you want extra pickles on the Whopper, and if you don't give me my extra pickles on the Whopper, I need a gun right now.
All right, Michael Douglas falling down.
I need a gun right now. I tried to go get a gun. I went with Pedro when he went to get his gun. I tried to get a gun. These motherfuckers stopped me, gave me paperwork.
They were like, "This your friend?" I was like, "I don't know him."
And they
And I
stopped
left
me,
with my
Ben,
gun.
and made me fill out all this paperwork, and then told me I couldn't because
All
of
I'm
some
saying-
shit
but-
I have to take.
all I'm
But
saying is, Ben,
are you a criminal?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna say that.
that nigga paused.
Wow, you just gonna ask me right here.
Hey, Pedro, those are guys we don't need having guns.
My paperwork came back clean. My paperwork came back
I
clean.
feel like wow.
But also, I do, and this is serious, Ben. I do believe because much like you, and this is my story. This was my inspiration. In 2020, I was sheltering with my mom in Vegas. LA was shut down, and me and her, native Detroiters, were watching the Michigan militia essentially run up on the state capitol with long guns. And I could see them state troopers that used to try and toss us around when we were teenagers. They were shook because they were outgunned and outmanned, right? Mm-hmm. And I was in that moment, I was like, nah, bruh, we're not gonna play this game like that. So the next time I came back to LA a couple weeks later, I began my gun ownership process. But I also understood that I needed to be trained in how to handle this properly, safely, and accurately if I ever need to use it. Because this is an adage of gun ownership, bro. The first time you need a gun can't be the first time you use it. It cannot. Right?
No, I get the
no.
It,
like, bro, it
I
just,
agree with you. But the first time
if you just had a teenager, you were like, drive.
The first time you buy some butcher knives shouldn't be the first time you use them, right? But you can go out and buy a butcher knife.
A butcher knife is not a projectile weapon unless you throw it.
Well, it is a projectile weapon.
Set. But it's also simpler. It's a much simpler tool. A knife, and we always say this, right? Like, we don't have a lot of mass knifings in America, right?
Well, it
will be. I was about to say, tell them that in the UK.
That's true.
That's just because they took the guns away. But even still,
there's a lot of knifings.
He killed a lot less than the nigga in Vegas.
What did you just say, Pedro? Because they took the what away?
They took the guns away.
And so some of these innocent victims, right, who probably wouldn't be victims, right, had the right to enforce their Second Amendment right. Because I know people who personally their houses been home invaded and they fought off the burglar because they were armed.
Oh, bro,
I know people attempted to carjack and they fought off the carjacker because they were armed. So, and then on top of all of that, it's not a negotiable thing, and I wish they stopped trying to negotiate with it because it's the Second Amendment.
Bro, I'm there. Like, I'm fully 2A. But
yeah,
I would say that we do need to add on some, like, it's a serious thing to own gun. Like, bro, and
they've honestly,
I'm gonna say this. I'll say this outright. Not every American has the right to own a gun.
Hey man, I'm sitting right here.
Not every American.
Right here, Pedro.
Those people, those people like your guy, with the unknown criminal history.
Hey man, you ain't got to bring that up here.
Here's the thing. The way our system is
called the 13th Amendment.
But seriously, the way our system is set up right now, though, is we don't know who doesn't deserve a gun until it's too late.
That's true.
And all I'm saying is, like, there's a better process we could use. Like, we have driver's training, bro.
Yeah, like, I get that, but see, like, Pedro, I think you're addressing it. But Pedro, for 1 second, you're addressing it all from a legal gun owner standpoint. Criminals. When I used to be on a block, I didn't have to go through no background check. Criminals are still going to get weapons. There's still going to be a black market. The majority of crimes that are committed in this country are committed with illegal guns. While you're busy harassing people who are law-abiding citizens who want nothing more to defend themselves and their property.
But Ben, the majority of the
if you can't shoot, bro, if you can't shoot, like, honestly, no, for real. If you cannot shoot, if you're not an accurate marksman, blasting bullets into the air doesn't actually mean anything, bro. Like, you won't protect your family if you don't actually
if you
motherfucking attacker.
But
that's what I'm saying. Like,
Ben,
I'm not disagreeing with anything you said about getting training. But what I'm saying is that I should have the option as a law-abiding citizen to
But
go in and buy whatever I want, and there shouldn't be any restrictions.
Not whatever. Not
There
whatever.
shouldn't be
no,
any
no,
restrictions.
no,
Niggas
no.
don't need bazookas or a
Okay,
goddamn
but
howitzer.
Ben,
Yeah, I might. You don't. Do you realize what the Second Amendment has two sentences, right?
a bazooka,
One says,
Ben?
"Yeah, I want a bazooka." Cause what if I gotta fight tyranny?
Well, yeah.
Oh,
You and a bazooka ain't gonna stop no tomahawk, nigga. I'm sorry, dog.
Or
Niggas been watching John Reacher too
Okay.
much, dog.
Now I knew you was gonna say that. So
Jack
listen to
Reacher.
what I'm about to say. They say me and a bazooka ain't gonna stop no tomahawk, right? Or me and a bazooka, or me and a AR-15 or AK-47. No. Let me finish.
I got you.
It's not gonna stop anything. So then why are they worried about me having these things?
Well, they're worried about me having them, not you.
Yeah, because I'm a law-abiding citizen.
Yeah, see, but I'm gonna tell you, but you know what? Both of y'all both need to stop. What I'm saying to you is, most of the mass shootings that have been done by weapons of war. It hasn't been handguns or anything like that. Most of the shootings have been weapons of war with extra bump stocks and things like that. I think guns like that.
But the Second Amendment,
that's a fact.
No, listen to the Second Amendment, right? In the Second Amendment, in the first line is a suggestion that we should have well-regulated militias. In the second line, it says the government shall make no law, you understand, circumventing the right of the people, you, me, the people, to keep and bear arms, should the government turn tyrannical. So that is not, the Second Amendment is not about going hunting. It's not about defending my house. It's about being in a position to fight against a tyrannical government, which the founding fathers were worried about because what? They just came out of a war with who? With Britain.
Mm-hmm.
But the founding,
and they knew that they were establishing a new form of government that was unlike any other government. And that's why I believe it was Jefferson who said, we give to you today a republic if you can keep it, which means that there's a responsibility for us to keep this republic.
So but if they want to come get you, they can come get you.
I'm pulling this up. So like you said, and Ben Yosef, I just want to back you up on this. I just Googled Second Amendment verbatim, right?
Mm-hmm.
It says a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I need to focus on the first 4 words. A well-regulated militia. A well-regulated militia. And so what I'm saying is this.
No, do you realize that first sentence is a suggestion because a government that was being formed knew you had to be organized in order to keep things straight. So that's a suggestion. But who was the right to bear arms given to? That's the point.
Yeah, but certain people shouldn't have guns.
The right of the people to keep and bear arms, right? So
I know a lot of criminals think we shouldn't have guns.
No, let's break this.
I know a lot to say that too.
Literally, if we're gonna get into 2A, let's break these words down. It says a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state.
Right.
But I'm literally looking at the words well-regulated militia. What does that mean? What does that mean? Regulated, because we're talking about.
But we also have to interpret what the person who was writing this was trying to tell us. And you can have a different interpretation. That's cool. My interpretation is that they were suggesting to us that we be prepared and trained and ready. Right. But ultimately, when you end the sentence, the right of the people. So now that's something. Now we're talking about something else. The right of the people is not a privilege; it's a right, and they're turning it into a privilege.
The right is to be a well-regulated militia.
No, it doesn't say that, Pedro.
It does. It said, hold on.
Read it again.
Let me read it. I'm gonna say, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, The right of
Yes.
the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. So
The right of who?
it says
The
right
militia
of
or the people?
it says the right of the people to keep and bear arms
Okay.
shall not be infringed. But hold on.
Exactly.
It's all connected though. It's not that the people have a right to bear arms. It's that a well-regulated militia in the stance of a free state,
They are
right,
suggesting to you, and they are writing in old English. So you got to understand that they're telling you that it's necessary for you to be trained. But the right is
Right.
ultimately given to who, Pedro?
The way
Okay.
so when we talk about interpretation, this is the problem, because my interpretation of this is that we have the right to be a well-regulated militia against tyranny,
Right.
to support a free state. It's not that we have the right to bear arms, it's that we have the right to bear arms so that we can be a well-regulated militia,
Right.
in support of a free state.
But
So it's not just you have the right to have guns, you have the right to have guns in the face of supporting a free state while being a well-regulated militia. The well-regulation, to me, they put it first for a reason. They didn't say,
because they wanted
everybody
us
should
to-
have a gun, and if the government
No.
trips, then regulate
I think
yourself.
that they put the well-regulated militia because that was the language of the day, and these were groups of people who had formed after the Revolutionary War. These militias formed during the revolution. So I believe that they were telling us that you would have a better chance where you're a well-regulated militia. And I'm not arguing with you about training. I'm telling you about the right to keep and bear arms was ultimately not given to a militia. It was given to all free people.
Yeah, but Ben,
It
there's
doesn't
certain
say
people.
it
No,
does, hold on.
but
It doesn't say all are free.
it doesn't say all free. But Ben,
It doesn't.
No,
It really doesn't. No.
Are we the people or are we not the people?
Hold on, I'm gonna
no,
read it
we're
again.
not the people
I'm
according
read-
to the
but
Constitution.
you've already on this show, and we jokingly have
Yeah.
said it about Shang, but like these are the people we don't want to have guns. So like
You know
we
what? Don't
recognize
keep
that there,
bringing it up. What the fuck?
but we recognize that there are people
I've had
out
some
there
problems. Just because I had problems.
just
Wow.
as a base, just as a base, right? Like we understand that there are people who should not have guns, right? Criminals, you've called them,
Apparently,
right?
All right.
They get access.
Those people who they've been exercised out of the law because of the 13th Amendment. If you commit a crime, you don't have rights.
Okay.
damn it.
Okay.
So
I mean,
that solved the
But-
problem. They
but-
solved the problem in the Constitution.
But Ben, like certain people,
but it doesn't say all people, and
Doesn't
it
say all
doesn't say
people,
free
number one.
people.
But you can't, Ben. You
It doesn't.
can't have a person.
It doesn't say
It
that.
says
It
the
says he
people.
wanted-
Who are the people?
No, yeah, but
Well, the people who wrote this were white and not us.
and the Constitution. But Ben,
I get
So,
that, but that's a
wouldn't
different
have,
argument.
they
Different
wouldn't have been
argument.
intended it for us.
But
Based
That's
on
a different argument because of the 14th, 15th, and 16th Amendment. That doesn't even matter anymore.
okay, but Ben, there's certain people that you say you want a gun today. Like if you just
Yeah.
beat your girlfriend with an ironing board,
you're like that didn't work.
yeah, that didn't work. I need to get a gun. Then there's
Bitch
certain
still
people-
breathing.
Yeah, so there's certain people that should be regulated with a gun because there's some people that are mentally not capable. Apparently, I'm one of them, which is fucked up.
For you, it's more emotional.
I have to
Shane.
pay. No, it's
You
they
gotta
want me to pay
regulate your breathe.
$7,000 to go through all this paperwork, and I got to send in and back and forth. It's bullshit. But the bottom, and that was like when I was in my fucking 20s.
Well, that's how much I
ridiculous.
spent in 2020 on guns and ammo, bro.
Okay,
Like
but-
7 G's. Bro.
Yeah, but they charging me just for that. I agree with you pertaining to shit get wild, you need a gun. But the bottom line is some people cannot handle that responsibility. Some people are absolutely bonkers and shouldn't have it. You're a law-abiding citizen, but if there's most of the guns.
Allegedly.
Oh, see, I didn't say that. That's all Pedro. That's all Pedro. But I'm saying that if you look at the gun, I looked it up while y'all were talking. I looked it up. Most of the guns that have been killed people that in mass shootings have been legally purchased guns.
Yeah.
And the legally purchased guns are
even-
these guns of war where you can actually adjust the bump stock so you can have more bullets to kill people. They shouldn't sell those. They shouldn't sell those.
Breezy JJ says, remember, when this was written, we were only considered 3/5 of a person. Another factor. And Raina Love says, you can't have a black militia. The NFAC showed us that. And that's the Not Fucking Around Coalition.
Out of
Georgia. And they took that leader down quick the second he made one slip up. So it is hard for especially a black militia to organize.
And I'm high yellow and I can't get a gun. That's a bullshit.
In the light of January 6th, we've seen these white supremacist militias being taken down as well, although also being allowed to propagate. But
that's been happening since the night. The white militias, they've been taking them down since the 90s.
Yeah.
But no, because they've done some fuck shit. And that's the reason
not like they took down the Panthers, not like they took down the NFAC. You
know
what I mean? Like,
there's no way. I agree.
What was the move? The group in Philly that got
it was Move. John Africa.
You know what I mean? Absolutely. So
but of course they're gonna do stuff with more force pertaining to us. We know that shit. But the bottom line is, and somebody in my feed was saying,
oh, sorry. Go ahead, Shane.
Biden is not trying to take guns, just like Obama didn't try to take your guns. The Republicans always use that as a talking point. That ain't the real deal with it.
They're really not.
Because we got more guns in this country than we got fucking toes. There's more guns than people got toes in this country. So it's not like, except for me, which is bullshit. I bought some nunchucks though. I bought some nunchucks.
He got ninja stars. But I think this does bring up an interesting point that needs to be debated moving forward, is actually this interpretation of the Second Amendment. Because what I'm learning through this conversation, and I appreciate it, Ben, is your interpretation versus mine. And the way I read this, the way I read a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed, right? Essentially, it's saying, like, for me, that's saying a regulated group of gun owners is necessary to maintain a free state. But the way we do it, we don't regulate militias, right? Like, we
don't live in a close-knit world like it used to be. Like, even from the time, we grew up in the 70s and the 80s. No, we don't. In general, we don't live in these close-knit neighborhoods. Like, I probably know 2 or 3 of my neighbors, but when I was a kid, you know what I'm saying? So the formulation of that, and that's why I think the last line is important, because they made sure that the people understood that it's your right that's being given to you. So in 20 years ago, I could have went door to door and I know all my neighbors, but we don't live in that world anymore. But ultimately, I just believe that the right to keep and bear arms is on the people, because it says so.
But for me, I'm saying those people are a well-regulated militia, not just your average.
Yeah, so they have a better chance of winning.
Right. But that's different than guy wants a gun today, doesn't know how to shoot, doesn't even know how to load or work the thing really. You know what I mean? Like, why are we passing guns out to those people day of? That's all my thing. That's my thing. It's like you have a right to have arms. You have a right to bear them if you need to. But I believe the regulated militia part is the responsibility.
That's not true, Pedro.
Of training and
Pedro, it's not true. You know I can shoot, and they still won't let me get it done.
I think you pull a trigger.
You saw me with a handgun. I'm good with a handgun. I'm good with it.
I think we need to start talking about Trump again. I think Shane is being low. We need to start talking about Trump again.
No. I just feel like it was kind of fucked up the way they went about it, and how much money they want to charge me. They want to charge me money just to get this stuff together, and then I have to get a lawyer, and then the lawyer, and this is years ago. And then a lawyer, and then I pay it. And once I pay it, then I can go buy a gun. And that's almost $10,000.
See, that's what I'm saying. You're right. Something you did, it's been expunged from your record or whatever. But now they're making you jump through these fiery hoops. It's just a hidden tax.
Well,
but honestly, that's I think that's a direct result of us living in California, which has some of the most strict gun laws.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Shang and I. If
yeah. I
Shang
forgot
lived in
that.
Virginia or the South or
I probably
even
would
my
have to
home
pay
state
as
of
much money.
Michigan, it probably wouldn't even been an issue, bro. To be honest, like there are places where
Yeah,
that probably wouldn't have even been an issue, to be honest,
yeah,
or you wouldn't have even got checked or whatever, bro. Like so we happen to live in a place that has, some of the more strict
Real
laws,
strict. Yeah.
and we still have problems here with shootings and obviously, I'm not saying it's going to solve everything,
Not as bad as Milwaukee.
but as a society, we need to. I think we pass out guns too easily. You know what I mean?
What?
Even me. At the end of the day, when I got my first one, I was like they really don't know anything about. They have no idea what I'm about to do. No, but you know what I'm saying? I was just like, wow, there,
I know. What
nobody
does
really
that
checked
mean?
on me. I answered some questions on the forum. I happen to have a clean background in this sense of, I don't have any violent history. So, okay. But there was no real
But
hey, do you know how to use this at
okay,
all? And
Ben was saying that in case somebody in the neighborhood or we get in a situation where the government decides to rock up on us, if you just standing there with your dick in your hand, you don't got a fucking chance.
what I'll say
yeah.
is what I'll say to that
I mean,
is
that's true.
what I'll say to that is
What?
if you the first time I went to a range, I realized, holy fuck. And this is with my 9 with Gertrude. I was like, being accurate is much harder than I thought. And once I took some training, got better. But you realize, so even when you get to the point where you actually have to buck at the government or your street or whatever, the intruder, it's like, it's not going to be as easy as you think to just point
No,
and
I
shoot.
disagree.
And you might, and if you're not accurate, you might be no. What I mean is point, shoot, and be accurate.
Oh no, I know, but
And at that point, you might as well be standing with your dick in your hand if you can't hit the motherfucker.
But if you're accurate with
Yeah, but you could do hours of training, and there's something that military people refer to as shell shock.
Absolutely,
you could freeze in a moment, and it doesn't even matter. But my grandfather. Listen, no, I'm not saying I'm with training. I get training. I'm with training. But my grandfather used to say it's better to have and not need, and need and not have.
Right, and because
I'll never argue with that.
Okay, and the reason I was going to get a gun, other than I feel like no, I can say this, these white folks getting a little out of hand sometimes, and I'm feel like, yo, y'all ain't gonna just mob up on me. There ain't gonna be no January 6th without somebody getting aftermarket holes in their head. I'm saying, I mean, for me, because when you look at different factions, the white nationalist group, the white Christian left, the Nazis, which is literally they were actually marching in Nashville yesterday, and there was a bunch of them. So when that gets out of hand, like it did in Charlottesville, where they get out of hand and decide that, oh, there's a black guy with a white girl walking down the street. Let's beat them half to death. And that happened there. Let's run a car over somebody because they are speaking up for Black lives. That kind of shit is what made me go, I need to be strapped.
Now,
right.
Somebody in here said, Lady Hazel May said, listen to Ben trying to MAGA. And I'm going to stick up for you, brother, because I know you're not MAGA. But I think there's this weird space where white 2A people and black 2A people, when I say 2A, I mean Second Amendment, we're coming at the same coin from totally different sides.
No.
I'm in a place where
point of view all the way.
Like I said, I saw the Michigan militia run up on my state capitol,
and we're going to decapitate.
I was like, no, they can't be the only ones with guns. So I decided to go on my mission. You know what I'm saying?
They actually said they wanted to decapitate your governor. Was it your governor that they wanted to?
They were trying to kidnap.
Yeah, they were trying to kidnap her.
Yeah, they were going
to get a Wisconsin chopper head up. They were about to be ISIS. It's about to be a bunch of white boys acting like ISIS. Like Hamas ass white boys. No,
that's pretty much what Hamas does, right? Ain't that the same shit? And for some
Yeah.
reason, the reason I'm more leaning towards that direction with the guns is because I really do believe after seeing January 6th how they acted like fucking nutty buddies, and they say they're always pro cop, but they was beating the video I saw, and I saw a lot of video. They were beating the shit out of the cops.
They tried to juice a cop. They tried to squeeze him in the door and turn him into a.
Oh yeah, they broke his collarbone. They broke his collarbone, and then they fucked his respiratory system doesn't work now, and he's on a ventilator because they sprayed him full blast with beer. What is it?
Bear spray.
You know what I'm talking about? The
bear spray.
Bear spray. The repellent.
The repellent in his face, and that's not made for us. So when I'm
it's made for bears. It's
made for bears.
Literally on the can.
What I'm saying is, when you see shit like that, doesn't as a black person in this country, when I've seen all of the heinous stuff, and being older than both of you, I'm telling you that right now I am Ben, and he knows. Pedro knows that.
Oh.
No, but what I'm saying is, I've seen them do some heinous stuff, and I don't want to be one of those situations where I'm just standing there like, well, I ain't got nothing I can do. All right. That's my reasoning. Whereas in the white militia's reasoning is, I want everything to run the way I want it. And I want my country back, which they already got the fucking country, which is bullshit. And when I see people say that with their, I want my country back and, make America great again, that to me is saying some slave shit. They want us to be subservient like we were before. And you know what'll make somebody be more polite? Like you said, you went down there in Tennessee. If they know that I got a gun too.
Check.
Yeah, no, I mean that's the truth.
Hey, the racking of a shotgun is a recognizable.
If you know I'm strapped too, you're not as prone to just jump off.
Yeah, when you could look on my hip and see my pistol, hi black man, how you doing?
Well, that thing's yeah, exactly. And that is it. That is it. The first time I walked into an indoor range, I was like, holy fuck, everybody here has guns. I don't know any of these motherfuckers, and now I was like, but so do I. So he
got some.
But speaking of ranges, Breezy JJ's, she actually brings up my main point, which is training is important, and you must respect your weapon. It can take a life, and that is heavy. And when we say take a life, including yours, right? Like, if you don't know how to handle your shit properly, you could injure yourself. If you don't know how to defend yourself, you can have your own. You could pull out your own weapon, have it taken from you, and used against you, right? So, like that's all.
Yes, sir.
It's like
I agree 100% with training.
Ben, when was the first time you bought it? When you handled a gun? When was the first time?
Well, I can't tell you about the first time. No, so I'm gonna tell you about the legal. I'm gonna tell you about the legal. The legal time. Yeah, the legal time. I mean, it be like maybe 22 years ago. Yeah.
Okay, so it's been a minute. You've already, dealt with it.
I've basically been around guns my whole life, but you know what I mean? My grandfather and my father and my uncle and all of those guys, they were in the military. So when I was younger, we used to go to the range. That was back when
you're used to it. Yeah, you're used to it. That's what I'm saying. So a lot of people, I think what Pedro's saying, because there's one guy, he accidentally
I was 40 something when I got a gun.
I was 22 the first time I shot a gun. And then
the first I shot a gun, I was like in my 20s. But
I was in my 20s. But the one guy accidentally, a burglar was coming. He shot his wife by accident. That's what he says. That's what he says.
What was the insurance policy?
On the eve of the divorce.
Did you say he had an insurance policy?
They were just about to sign the divorce papers when an intruder.
No, that's hilarious, Pedro. But the bottom line is, because he even said I didn't have any training on it. It was the first time I handled it, and he didn't mean to do it. He really didn't mean to do it. They said that he really didn't mean to do it. So I think that when I see people, like when I went to the range with Pedro, my main thing was, okay, I've done this in the streets. I need to do it where I'm in a secure place. But there's a lot of these people that are wackadoos. Like the one kid in Milwaukee, he was a wackadoo. He bought the gun legally, and he went in the store, was killing all the black people. But he was
about Buffalo.
Was it Buffalo? No, Milwaukee. But it happened in Milwaukee. Wasn't there a mass shooting in Milwaukee?
No, I do remember. I think it happened twice. One in Buffalo, and I think one was in Milwaukee. That was more recent. The
dude in Buffalo had nigger on his site. and was
Yeah,
literally went to just
yeah,
target
He
black
went to
people
just kill. Right,
in
right.
Buffalo.
No, he absolutely
That's
did.
this I know.
yeah.
What I'm
He
saying is,
apologized to the white guy that he shot.
Yeah. Oh, and there was one guy that was
are you
cowering. He was like,
serious?
"Oh no, not you, dude. My bad."
Yeah,
Didn't
the guy in
there's one white guy
Buffalo.
he didn't shoot, and he was like, "Oh my bad."
Yeah, he
Get, get,
apologized.
get the fuck out of here, for real. I didn't know
No,
Yeah,
that.
I think that,
he was on a mission.
But
Breezy, speaking of missions, Breezy JJ says, "My mom gave me my first gun before I was 20. Now I'm just imagining you and your mama in the kitchen. She reaches into that, pulls out a 38, was like, baby, listen, any man ever try to."
yeah,
That was a titty gun, wasn't it, Breezy? Tell
but
me if it was.
did it
but
have titty dust on it?
That's
is there
talcum.
such thing as
Talcum.
so it's called titty dust? I never heard of it.
That talcum on it. That'll
Wait a
jam
minute.
your gun up, girl. You better clean that oil that
You got to make sure you don't get the titty dust on the gun. No,
Yeah,
You said it was in a box.
the
Okay,
reason
I'm sorry.
that I have this apprehension, and I think that Pedro, you got to say that you said it, told me this many times. We're driving the gigs, you said the same shit. The way that I see that people that are on the right are responding seems to be more violent than the Democrats. I'm not saying the Democrats ain't wackadoos too, but I'm
yeah,
saying is so far, like the trying to blow people up. It was a Trump supporter. The other guy that attacked a bunch of people, Trump supporter. The one guy that went to El Paso and said that he wanted all brown people eradicated, which is
yeah.
crazy. And he went in and was shooting kids in
Because we brown.
was it in
Something like
Walmart?
that.
It was. I'm not like people can check me on it.
No, it
What I'm
was.
saying is when you see situation after situation after situation like that, and for some reason the people that are targeted sometimes are people of color, black or brown. That is why I go. The Republicans, either you step up and tell your own followers, you need to chill with that shit. You do not condone people being raped, and don't speak out. Like one dude said, well, maybe she was flirting with him too much. So that justifies him fingering her in the department
Dressing
store,
room, yeah.
in the dressing room.
Wow.
No. And when she's saying no, don't do that. Like, so when you see that Republicans do this over and over again, Jim Jordan with his bullshit ass over and over and over do that, what do you say after that? When I haven't seen a ton of Democrats saying wackadoo shit, or I want to be a dictator for a day, or make the NATO pay me. And what I'm saying is that's why I have the problems with the Trump supporters. At first, I was going to give this motherfucker a chance until he lied first day. We had the biggest crowd of all crowds. And there's video footage. He did say that.
I had a family reunion once that was bigger than that.
No,
So,
you can see the footage where it wasn't as big. It wasn't even as big. It wasn't as big as Bush's, and it wasn't as big as Obama's.
Obama, definitely not.
No, it wasn't as big. So why start your first day off bullshit? And then you kept it up. He kept it up.
The base is bullshit.
And then
They
once he
believe the
lost,
bullshit.
the base believes
But
it.
come on,
But they're
man. We known
violent.
this
But
guy
they're
since the
violent.
80s. This guy's been selling dreams since the 80s.
Come on, man.
So
Oh, you're right. No,
when
you're
you
right. You're right.
it's sort of like when people, when they say people get more money, they just become more of what they are. He got a little bit more power. He became more of what he already is. We know that.
So you think he
You
was
know what I
already? That was him. And
Yeah,
the
he's
money-
already a narcissist.
Oh, so
You know
he
what I
was
mean?
already. Yeah, I see what you're saying. No, I.
You know what I mean?
The scheme came to an end though this week when a black woman, Letitia James, the state attorney general of New York, took his empire to his knees. They're
That's
going to be
a lot
over
of money,
$400 million. He can't
That's a lot of
do
money.
business for 3 years. His sons can't do business in the state for 2 years.
And his lawyers too.
It's going to hurt them, man. Like
His
it's going to
lawyers
hurt.
too.
So,
but you don't think
glad
that
we got that.
No, can you see what I ask people in the feed, because our feed is blowing up here. I see it. At least my IG, I'm looking at it. I'm saying is I haven't seen that as much. Now I've seen fuck shit on the Democrat side, but I haven't seen this kind of corruption as much as I've seen on the Republican side, at least lately. And that is
not towards these ends, right? Like,
right.
There are Republicans getting money. Even when they asked Nancy Pelosi, they're like, shouldn't congressmen not be allowed to trade stocks because they benefit off of it? And Nancy Pelosi was like, that's not what I said.
No, the Democrats
they got
the Democrats
their thing
are full
going.
of shit too. No, they're I always said it. They're a bunch of pussies.
But their policies tend to help the middle and lower classes. Like they're steered towards it.
I'm not saying that, but they're corrupt too.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
but
not the whole part, but like not the whole part. Like the entire GOP seems hell bent on this, white Christian state, which means
that's why I need a gun.
everything
That's why I
from
need a gun.
Handmaid's Tale, like let's control these women's vaginas, to the border,
Yeah.
to police brutality. Oh, it's okay, nothing wrong there.
And the Democrats seem hell bent on taxing us to death.
No, I think that's the opposite. I think that's actually the opposite. The Democrats, the Democrats are trying to tax the rich.
Joe Biden just something that every transaction, $600 or more, is going to be under scrutiny from the IRS. He hired 87 or 88,000 new IRS auditors, and so who is that against? Because they're not going to go after the billionaires. Anytime you're scrutinizing. You're scrutinizing $600 transactions.
Okay.
And then right now, if you have a bank account, they send you 2 forms of notification. Every transaction is being tracked right now, and I have 2 different bank accounts. They send something called an AHC, and then they send who actually charged the money, and that's all. That was all done by the Democrats because they're trying to squeeze every dollar out of the little people. Like I said, they both have ideas that are not. Yeah, who else is it for? $600.
But he wanted to go after the multimillionaires and billionaires too.
But he didn't.
But he didn't because they're not the majority.
Because he wasn't going to.
They're not the majority.
Biden is taxing the rich, like he is. Like he hold on.
He didn't repeal the tax cut. That's all he had to do as the president. He could have pushed to repeal the tax cut. But instead, he got 87,000 new IRS agents to come and scrutinize who? People making $600 transactions.
Okay,
let's call it what it is. Just like you were talking about these MAGA people, they're off their bonkers and with this racism. But on the other hand, you got people doing sneaky, sly stuff on the Democratic side, and that was my initial.
I think I said that. I'm always calling them a bunch of pussies, but the bottom line is, I think that if you look at who was going after the rich people more, it wasn't the Republicans. It actually was the Democrats. It's just they didn't have the majority, so they couldn't get it done. But they did some other slick shit because they did tax subsidizing that basically is going to hit people that make below $400,000. So but that was slick shit. I call that to me that's slick shit. But the Republicans did some blatant in your face fuck.
Yeah, they do it in your face. That's the only difference between the Democrats and the Republicans. For me, is that the Republicans, they'll tell you straight up, kiss my ass, fuck you, I hate you, and this is what it's going to be. And then the Democrats are smiling in your face. Oh, we're going to do this to help you. 87,000 IRS agents to audit. It's helping you.
I don't know if they.
All right.
I don't know if they sing it that way, but yeah.
Just a quick.
I see what you mean.
Just a quick scan.
Use that voice, Ben.
Just a quick scan on some links to try and understand the $600 tax thing. This is
wow, the feed people are going.
It's from waysandmeans.house.gov, and this is actually from February 7th of 22, so 2 years ago. But it says Biden admin targets lower and middle income earners with $600 IRS reporting requirement. And then the lead paragraph says, as of January, the Biden administration requires, and this is January 2022, requires the Biden administration Americans to report to the IRS all business transactions using third-party payments like Venmo and PayPal for goods and services over $600, thanks to a provision hidden in Democrats' partisan $2 trillion stimulus bill from March.
And that is hitting people like me.
So according to what I understood from this sentence right here or this paragraph,
Mhm.
is that the Biden administration is asking people to report transactions over $600 through third-party apps like Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, whatnot.
Yeah, but like I said, if you know that, I don't know if it's hit you guys yet, but here where I live, the banking system that I use, they sent me a notification that they was going to be doing this. I think it was like January 2023,
Yeah.
and I've noticed it now on my statements.
Okay.
So
But
they made this thing like it was going after corrupt criminals, what it was supposed to be, because they've also come up with something. I can't remember the exact acronym that they use for it, but they've also done the same thing with small businesses.
Okay.
Like I have to make an annual report to something called the criminal investigation something. I forget what it is.
Okay.
But I just got the notification that my business.
Well, no, they're doing that.
has to-
They're
But
absolutely-
as far as I understand, they're asking you to report a certain amount of money. That doesn't mean that you still can't get your return on it.
Yeah, Pedro,
it might be a little bit more work for your
Pedro,
accountant
this is
or
for
your
you.
personal sense.
There's a message for you.
YT says, "Pay your hoes in cash, damn it."
Wow. The
listen,
people in the feed,
first of
man,
all,
man, you don't
these aren't
understand.
payments. These aren't payments.
Wow.
They are donations to the community, my nigga. That's how I
That's
file them. So these aren't
You paying a
payments.
little bit of college
It's not,
tuition.
it's not an exchange of services, dog.
Yeah,
I do this out the kindness of my heart.
the people in the feed are just really just crazy. Yeah, what the
No, and we're Savage AF. Fuck your feelings, facts matter.
No,
That's
they're
what we
a
do.
little nutty. I mean, that came out of nowhere.
Hey man, listen, we should.
we
we've
did
been
it.
at
Yeah,
this for a
no,
while
but
today.
no,
we put in
it
the
was
work
good, though.
today.
But you know what though? I learned other than the fact that y'all made fun of me because I had problems with getting a legal gun, and y'all double team me. That's okay. Y'all made fun of me. That's okay. But I'm gonna get a gun, motherfuckers. I'm gonna get one.
More importantly, get trained, Shane. Get trained.
Wow.
Yeah.
No,
firearms.
I'm telling you, the thing I said, I wasn't making it up. This guy, people thought it was him trying to kill his wife, and it really wasn't. He really just said he didn't know what he was doing. He bought the gun, but didn't know what he was doing.
Tragedy, bro.
Right. He didn't know what he was doing.
Yeah.
You know, so I that part I agree with you.
I don't want to see anybody.
But all the hoops and the extra monies that I got to pay to get a legal gun. Ben, you said it was like they're taxing my ass a different way. Other than the purchasing of the gun, I have to pay all this other stuff to get some shit that was almost 2 decades ago that I have to deal with.
Right.
So it's just like, I don't know. I think that's some extra shit for me.
Nicole H said, "This is the longest Savage AF ever. Shane can't talk his way into a gun."
Why do y'all?
I think that's our sign.
Nicole H. Nicole H.
She's like, "You're not getting a gun this episode, nigga. Let
Nicole
it go."
H, I heard your feet stink, Nicole H. Jesus. And Patrick J. What's up, man? Patrick J.
All right.
You owe me a hooker. Listen.
All right. So listen. Shout out to Ben Yosef, man, for coming in, for braving the waters and jumping in. You had something to say, Omar. And so I'm glad we could pull you in.
And I want to say one last thing, and then I'm done. Let you wrap up your show. Hey Shane, I hope you get a gun, but just be careful when you get shangry.
Okay. Wow. And then, they're gonna get me for that one. Shit.
You're gonna have to name once you get a gun, you have to name the segment Sham.
I know, man. Now. I know. I'm calm now. But thank you, man. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for rocking with us. People in the feed apparently agree with Pedro and agree with you, and I don't know why.
There's a lot back. Like I said, it's a complicated issue, and for me, this interpretation of 2A is interesting to me because it's two sides of the same coin, but like coming from opposite directions.
And I think it's a little different ball.
I see your point though. I see what you're saying.
It's different when you're black pretending to gun laws than it is with white, because white people.
That's why I encourage legal gun ownership, especially for us, because no matter how much you want to exercise your right, they will take away your freedom
Yeah.
on some bullshit, you know, real quick. So
Yeah, and you'll
like,
be in jail
you
for the
gotta be
rest of your
careful
life.
with- yeah.
You'll be in jail for the rest of your life. So, yo, what we'll do is we wrap up here. I guess we did a long show. So what? Hey, it's the internet. We ain't, shut up.
That's
Shut
what
up,
happens.
people. Talking shit.
Listen, tonight, if you are in Los Angeles, I will be at the Hollywood Improv, 7:30. You still got 2 hours to get tickets. Get online. We're in the lab tonight. And that's what it is, y'all. 7:30, your boys on the show. Hollywood
And I'll
Improv.
be in Victorville at some place where they slaughter lambs and then I do shows.
You might want to stop by and get one of my guns.
Yeah,
nigga.
man. I'll
He
be
about
doing
to
a show
be
in Victorville
the
at
Ville.
it's called Funnyville or Funny something. Funnyville
Ain't
Comedy
nothing
Club.
funny in Victorville. dog.
Funnyville Comedy Club. I'll be at the Funnyville Comedy Club, and then after that, I'll be at the Comedy Chateau, and then after that, I will be, I'll be at the Chateau, the Comedy Chateau, and then the Improv, where he's gonna be at, I'm gonna be at the same place, but later. So go to my website, iamshang.com. Oh, make sure you subscribe to the channel before we get up out of here, and follow at Black Pedro on IG, at Comedian Shang on IG, and on Threads, Black Pedro, Comedian Shang. Make sure you follow us on Threads. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, you're horrible. You are
Bad
just
person.
horrible. And make sure you subscribe and always click the little bell. Click the bell.
Ding.
Make sure you click the bell. We'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow, 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. For the people that rocked with us, now my IG can go later. I don't know what happened. Everybody in the IG, thank y'all for rocking with us. Make sure you follow at Black Pedro. And the people in Pedro's feed, make sure you follow at Comedian Shang.
Yeah.
Quit fucking around.
Stop
All right?
playing.
Stop it.
Savage AF, y'all. Taco Supreme out. I see you out there, man. They have been training for a while. Listen, we'll see you guys tomorrow, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, live, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. In the meantime, in between time, 3 bits of advice for you.
It's
Number
3.
one.
Now we got to change up the bits of advice because the booger thing is nasty. Just something else.
I actually don't say anything about boogers, man.
Well,
what
that's
I
it's booger
say
related.
is,
It's booger related.
well, you know,
A booger adjacent.
it is, and it's not. Number one, you see
No,
what
I'm
it is?
getting you for that one.
You're
No.
number one, stay black if you are black. Number 2, do not be black if you are not black. I don't think
Don't
it's
do
legal.
it. Don't you do it.
Number 3, keep your finger out your nose.
We'll see you in a bit. Y'all take care.
It's
Bam.
not about boogers.